Alright, speeding tickets. So I've had, I want to say probably 5 speeding tickets, or maybe 6. I really lost count. What's up, Brad? So I've had about 4 or 5 of those tickets have all been in vehicles, all in my cars. I've had 4 cars, I've had 4 Audis. That's another story though. I currently have a 2002 Audi A4. And okay, but on my motorcycle, this is my second bike. My first bike was a 2007, get ready, Hyosung GT 650R. Yeah. I don't know if anyone ever heard of a Hyosung. They're not very well known, but I got it. So I was going up, and I just left class like I'm doing now, and I was on 95 North like I'm doing now, but I was probably 10 miles up the road, and I saw a police officer with his lights on the side of the road. I look at my speed, I'm going 70, and I think nothing of it. I'm like, all right, I'm going 70, whatever, speed limit 65. I'm pretty much with the flow of traffic. I passed the officer. Mind you, like I said, he had his lights on. I could see it from a mile away that he was on the side of the road with his lights on. He was stopped with somebody already. Like I said, I passed him. 30 seconds later, I see a car flying through traffic. And I'm like, whoa, what the heck is going on? Like, I see it in my rearview mirror, and I'm like, dude, in my head, I'm thinking like, yo, you're definitely gonna get pulled over. All right, but here's the twist. This car was like zooming in and out of traffic, came right up onto me. I mean, I didn't know who it was. They came right up onto my back bumper, and I honestly thought they were gonna hit me. They were coming up on me so fast, and I was like, what the heck? I was like, kind of like, what's going on? Next thing you know, lights come on. It's the unmarked police car that was sitting on the side of the road that I had just passed. I'm like, what the world? So I pull over. Before I even get my helmet off of my head, he's standing beside me yelling at me. And I get my helmet off, and I hear him say, you know you're gonna go to jail, son, for going that fast? And I'm like, I look at him, I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, for going how fast? And he says, well, I had to go 110 miles an hour to keep up with you, or to catch up with you. And I'm thinking, I mean, yeah, you were stopped on the side of the road. I mean, you caught up with me pretty fast. You were stopped. It's not like we were driving. I mean, that didn't really make sense to me. But I was like, okay, whatever. I didn't say that to him. And I'm like, all right. And he says, give me your license and registration. So I give him my license and registration. And I seriously have no idea what I'm getting a ticket for. I mean, apparently speeding, but I never went over 70. I saw him with his lights on, like I've said. And he comes back from his car, sitting there for 10 minutes, I'm waiting, hands me a ticket. Forget this. Are you ready? I hope y'all are all sitting down. For going 100 miles an hour in a 65. And he gave me a ticket for my license plate. Even though it was in the stock position that it's where you're supposed to go for the Hyosung. It goes like, it doesn't go on the tip of the tail, it's a little under the tail. I don't know, he said that it wasn't in a good enough spot, that it needed to be on the tip of the tail. He said it was too far in under the bike. And I was like, are you serious? Like, it's clearly visible. And he said he couldn't see it when he was coming up behind me, or some dumb whatever. So I'm like, all right. So, but mind you, I'm very upset. I have no idea how I just got a ticket for going 100 miles an hour when I never went over 70. Like, seriously, like, I know people say, like, I got a ticket for going this, but I didn't do it. No, seriously, I didn't do it. I was never going 100 miles an hour. And I was freaking out. And I kind of argued with him for like a good 10 minutes. Like, how did he get me going 100 miles an hour? I mean, I was just so baffled by this. And I asked him, I said, do you have a camera on your car? And he said, yes, he did. And I said, well, can you bring that to court? And he said, yes, I will. And I said, great. Because, I mean, if his car was pointing kind of at a slant on the side of the road. So you could see if I was going 100 miles. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could see with me relative to traffic. If I was going 100 miles an hour, you could probably tell in the video. All right, so fast forward. I go to my first day in court. I hired a lawyer, and I told him everything that happened. So we go to court, and we try explaining this to the judge. The judge seriously will not listen to a word I have to say. My lawyer told me this was going to happen. He said he's going to see a teenage boy, because I was, I think, 19 at the time when this happened. He said he's going to see a teenage boy on a crotch rocket that just thinks he can do whatever he wants and can break the law. And I'm like, but that's not fair. That's like already, that's judging me before he even has anything to hear. And my lawyer said, yeah, but that's how it's probably going to be. And we go there, and that's how it is. And I try explaining to the judge, like, I never went 100 miles an hour. Okay, just so you know, I'm not going 89 right now. As you can see, I'm keeping up with traffic. I have -1 +3 on my gearing, which is causing my speedometer to be off. Okay, back to the story. So the first judge doesn't want to listen to a word I have to say, and basically tells me when I explain my side of the story, he then talks to the officer, and he says, was he going 100 miles an hour when you first noticed him? And the officer said no. And he says, when you caught up to him and pulled him over, was he going 100 miles an hour? And the officer says no. And I'm like, what? And then the judge says, so he only went 100 miles an hour when he passed you? And the officer says yes. And I'm just standing there like, are you kidding me? Like, that makes no sense at all. And so I'm kind of hoping like the judge is kind of like putting it together like that makes no sense. Like, and then the officer even said like I was on the side of the road with my lights on. And so then what the judge says next kind of pissed me off like a lot. He goes, son, you could drill a hole through your head and let the air pass through, because I don't know anyone stupid enough to do that. And I'm just standing there like, are you kidding me? That's the point I'm trying to make. Who is stupid enough to do that? Like, I'm not an idiot. I was in college at the time. I'm still in college now. I was in college at the time. I was going to my job, and I'm like, no, like that makes no, why would I go the speed limit? Then as soon as I see a car with its lights on, go to 100 miles an hour, and then when it goes to pull me over, go back to going the speed limit, and then just pull over. I'm like, if I was such a BA to go 100 miles an hour by a cop, why would I pull over 10 seconds later? Or why would I slow down right after I did it? Like, that makes no sense. All right, long story. Well, actually, at the end of the first court case, the judge sentenced me to like a month in jail and like a misdemeanor. I don't know what. It was a bunch of dumb crap, and I was livid. So definitely, I appealed it. I had to go get another lawyer. I think I went through like 2 lawyers. I think 2 or 3. I'm not sure. Long story short, I'm just gonna fast forward the story because I went to court a bunch of times. I actually ended up fighting it for 8 months and costing me thousands upon thousands of dollars over something, once again, I did not do. And oh, I need to get gas. Shoot, let me go get gas. And where am I gonna get gas at? Okay, I know. So anyway, like I said, it cost me thousands upon thousands of dollars. And so I go to court the last time. Oh, let me say this though. Every time I went to court, the officer never brought the video. Every single time he did not bring the video. And I said something to him. My lawyer said something to him, and eventually the court date before the last time I went to court, my lawyer said something to the judge, and he said, we've been asking for this video multiple times, and we still have not gotten the video. Can we please get this video? So the judge says, officer, you need to bring that video next time we come to court, and he says, okay. All right. Now, last time we're in court, we show up, and get this. The officer shows up saying he has lost the video. He does not know where the video is. Now, isn't that such a convenient coincidence that he has lost the video? And I mean, this whole thing, like, I wouldn't say I was livid, but I mean, I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, this is just dumb. Because I'm not the kind of person, like, I don't really, it takes a lot to get me upset. And I mean, I was pretty upset. But, so, because he didn't have the video, and because we've been asking it for so long, what is it? What happened? We were talking to the, I don't know, I guess the judge or the other guy, who's the prosecutor. And he told us, because we've been asking for the video for so long, the lowest he would lower the fine to, or whatever. He said we won't do jail time, we won't any misdemeanor, whatever it was that they told me I was gonna get. He told me that he'd lower it to just $100 fine and just a reckless driving ticket on my record. Now, even with that, I was still like, no, like I didn't do it. I don't know. I'm not gonna agree to that, even though that's a ridiculously like good deal if you really did do it. But I didn't do it, and I was pretty upset the fact that, you know, I mean, like, I had no way of proving I didn't do it, and the officer never brought the video. So I talked to my lawyer, and he said, look, I believe you that you didn't do it, but he said, you know, you have to look at it from the point of view of the judge. He was like, this is a good deal. He said, this is probably the best deal you're gonna get. Just take it. He says, you know, life isn't fair. I understand. And he said, just take it. Take the deal. This is probably the best you're gonna get. I would take it while you can. So even though I was upset, didn't want to take that deal, I went ahead and did it. I got paid $100 fine and a reckless driving ticket on my record. So in the end, because I was apparently accused of going 100 miles an hour when I didn't, I've ended up spending, 8 months going to court, lost a lot of time, thousands of dollars of paying lawyers. The first lawyer cost like $700 or $800. The second lawyer cost $1,500. And then all the time of, all my insurance that went up because of it. It went up a lot. It's costing me. It's still costing me because my insurance is still high because of it. It's like it went up like $60, which is like it might be like whatever it is. But I mean, over the years, like it's probably cost me $4,000 or $5,000 maybe over the years. Three years so far of paying a higher insurance rate over something I didn't do. And you know, I don't know if the cop was a bad cop or not. I want to say he wasn't, because in all my interactions with him at court, he didn't seem like a bad cop. I mean, he seemed like he was fair, but he really believed that I was going 100 miles an hour. And I just think some kind of error was made. I just don't know what it was, but somewhere an error was made because I did not do it. So anyway, that's my story of me going 100 miles an hour, supposedly, and getting fined for it, and paying thousands of dollars for something I didn't do. So that's just a lesson right there. Life isn't fair all the time, and you just gotta go with it. I mean, there's nothing I could do. But I mean, it gotta make you think for people like, I mean, that really does happen to people. I mean, they get sentenced, and I mean, you hear about it on the news. They go to jail for years for something they didn't do, and it sucks. And there's nothing you can do about it. And that's life. Isn't it awesome? Alright, gotta get gas. Peace.